ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 5, race number 6 of our F1 Myteam 2021 career mode. And today we're going over, obviously, what happened last race. We had the retirement, back-to-back retirements actually. We had one in, what were the races? I can't remember. We've had back-to-back retirements with engine faults in the past 2 races. We've had crashes. We've had a very messy start to our Batten GP career. But hopefully today is the point that everything just starts going up for us. Everything starts working out. We like this track. We're very good around this track. And I'm expecting to be, well, points are probably not available, but I would like to push myself towards the top 14, maybe, top 15. That's where I'd like to finish this race. And as you can see in the background, we're doing development, but we're just talking over them because there's not a lot to really speak about. We're going to buy a spec for the durability as well, which is a build time to improve that, because we're starting to get slightly frustrated now with the reliability of this car. But we'll get there eventually. Fingers crossed everything will get better. As you can see here, the 2 broken units in the car that have caused us 2 back-to-back engine blowouts. And fingers crossed, the engine blowouts will be a thing of the past very soon. It's a nightmare, to be honest with you. And we go into quick practice. We get that done very quickly. We get 500 points. He gets 100. Robert Schwartzman. But yeah, we're trying to develop the car as fast as we can. And as you can see here, development boost applied. We've got a load of things going down in price as well. It's just messy. But here we go. We're into quali now. And this is our first lap in quali. I need to start remembering to leave the little quali thingy in. But here we go. We go across the line and we set a 29.8. Is that going to be enough to get into Q1? We go for another lap, but Verstappen blocks us on our lap. And we hit the back of him. What's he thinking? Why is Verstappen braking there mid-corner on that very fast chicane? He broke and we had nowhere to go. We went into the back of Max Verstappen, but we do enough to get into Q2, beating Kimi Räikkönen there, knocking out Mick Schumacher, Giovinazzi, our teammates out, and a load of others. Are probably Nikita Mazepin would have been down there. But now we're coming around, finishing our first lap here in Q2. It's not been the smoothest of laps, but we can see what we can do. Coming around the final corner, get on the throttle as early as possible, and we come across the line at 29.7. Now, on board of us again for an entire hot lap this time. We get a good run onto the straight. We've got a car in front of us, which is Esteban Ocon. We're trying to use him as a bit of a marker and slipstream. We get turn 1 and turn 2 just about right, kissing the apex of turn 2. Try not to take too much on that curve though, because you can spin perfectly into this chicane. Right the curve a little bit to get the turning angle. On the brakes, hard, down into second gear, up to third, into fourth. In a car that's got good chassis and aero through here, you can go full speed, but not in our car, unfortunately. But we had to let off slightly. Now down the big, long straight, this is where we get the slipstream advantage. Can we get anything there? We're getting a little bit of a slipstream advantage. We take a lot of the inside curve, and a lot of the inside curve on the next part as well. Ride a tiny bit too much on the exit, which does lose us a little bit of speed. But we're now in the slipstream. We're 4 tenths up. The slipstream's starting to pull us along. Just need to be careful through here. We can easily crash out. And now qualifying's complete. Can we drag this car into the top 10? We're trying our very best. We're getting hit with a tiny bit of dirty air, but around France, dirty air is not really a thing. Hence why we're able to follow so close to Ocon and still be up on our lap. Now into the final 2 corners. Carry the speed, get down into first gear, get a rotation, onto third gear, a little short shift, onto the throttle nice and early, DRS open, we come to the line, we're gaining with the slipstream every second, we do a 29.2, is that enough? And unfortunately it's not enough for the top 10, but it is enough to get us P13 on the grid, which is very, very, very good for our car. I'm very happy with 13th, we beat Ocon, Stroll and Räikkönen. Stroll, our rival, may I add. But yeah, very good quali for us. P13 on the grid. Now, can we turn that tomorrow into points? Or just a decent enough result. We are losing the rivalry to Lance Stroll, but let's not worry about that.
Here we are again then at Le Castellet for another round of this year's Formula One World Championship. Renault took their first French Grand Prix win all the way back in the inaugural race in 1906, but it was another 73 years before they could take their second. I'm sure Alpine will be pushing hard to delight the local fans here today. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Now, I want to ask you about Mick Schumacher. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Norris, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Leclerc, Verstappen. They've taken a grid penalty. Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda. Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Baxter and Ocon. Stroll, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nikita Mazepin. Russell, Schwartzman, Latifi and Mick Schumacher. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
And there we go. There's the grid for today's race. Schumacher taking a penalty to start from the back. But we now go to the 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go here for the French Grand Prix in 2021, Season 1 of Myteam. We do get an okay launch, but typically for us, we do go backwards on the acceleration off the line. But now, into turn 1, we take a little bit of the inside curve there, and the game gives us two hand the place back positions because we did illegal overtakes. But we're into P13 off the line. Now we've got Esteban Ocon behind us, up the big long straight. He's thinking about a move down the inside. We're going to defend as long as we can and as hard as we can. And we just about keep the position for now. Now can we settle down into this race and try and keep with Vettel up to the DRS detection lap? I don't know if we can because he's in the Aston Martin and at the current point it hasn't been updated. It's a very, very quite quick car at this moment. So fingers crossed we can keep relatively close to him. But Ocon tries to throw it down the inside. Puts us offline slightly, but we just carry on and mind our own business. Now on to lap 2. We've got Lance Stroll now having a go at us. Down the big long straight. Not DRS is not activated yet. Just slipstream and pure power. And we just about defend it on braking and turning into the chicane after the big long straight. Now, DRS has now been activated and we lose the back end slightly. We're just within DRS detection of Vettel into the DRS detection point. But Stroll, for now, he cannot have a go at us because of that being activated. Coming around now, the next lap onto the big long straight. And there's a car to the left. It's Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda's made a mistake. He's spun around. We're going to have to get the replay of that and see what happened as Stroll will attack us down this straight. And now, we're going to a replay. Yuki Tsunoda. Let's see what happened. He comes into the corner and just gets on the power too early. Goes around. And that's unfortunate for Tsunoda. And he makes a mistake. And that's going to drop him all the way down to the back of the field. And it does. He has to wait for everybody to go past to rejoin safely. Now we're defending from Stroll on the same lap. Lance Stroll goes past us. Can we come back at him at the first opportunity and try to ride the curb? Turn the car as fast as possible on the power early. ERS activated. Now we're thinking about going for a move around the outside of Stroll into this long right-hander with the chassis and the downforce we have. It's probably not advised. And he holds the position for now. And we're just going to sit here and let Stroll do his thing. But no, we have a go into the next corner and dive bomb him wheel to wheel, so there's no chance of any damage, and we pass him. We're in to P12. This has been a really good start from us, really good start to the race. Now, can we settle down and maybe get points by the end of this race? It's going to be a tough one, but it's probably possible because we are good around this track, and we could do it. Now, Stroll's thinking about a move on us. He's only 2 tenths behind. We're just carrying the speed through here, try not to mess up. Use a tiny bit of ERS there on acceleration. Now we're just going to have to defend and hope for the best. But now, team radio.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Are you fucking kidding me? Not again. Another fault. Hopefully they can repair this one. But it's another fault. What is going on with the reliability of this car right now? It's just not working out for us. Onto the main straight, just trying to keep Stroll behind us at this point. Very frustrating for us to have to continuously deal with these faults, and we're fucking out. Oh, it's just ridiculous.
Sorry about that.
This is 3 races in a row we've retired from a mechanical fault. What are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? If our car keeps packing up on us, we aren't going to get points. It's just ridiculous. We're out of the French Grand Prix. 3 races in a row. A part on the car is broken and made us retire. It's just ridiculous. Well, we're out again, guys.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Max Verstappen's excellent result today sees him take over as leader of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Mick Schumacher gets my vote today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
That's very frustrating. 5 tenths faster than our teammate on laps. We were just... Actually, it's a lot more than that. It's nearly a second. We were just rapid today, and the game decided it doesn't want us to finish. Our car packed up again. As Bottas wins with the McLaren second and third, Norris second, Ricciardo third. A very frustrating Grand Prix for us. The next race will be Austria. I mean, before I'd have been confident that we can finish. Now I'm really not sure anymore, guys. I don't know if we can finish the race. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. It's becoming stupid now. 3 retirements in a row with engine failures or engine part failures. It's just ridiculous. We had a crash at Spain. I just don't know what to do anymore, guys. It's ridiculous. We're going to have a quick look at what went wrong this time. So the internal combustion's gone wrong. Is that the one that's gone wrong this time? Yeah. We've also had the MGU go wrong, and we've had the control electronics go wrong. Absolute disaster over here at Batten GP. But fingers crossed, eventually we can get on top of it and fix what's going on. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. I will move that subscribe bit eventually. And I've been Chris12 LFC, and I will see you later.